Hello and welcome to the Blobber Plays Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls, here as part of Sellout Sunday. This game has been suggested by frequent suggester, Decoy. How horrible is this game? Is it a good Sellout game, one of the rarer ones, or is it Yogi Bear tier? We will see. Press plus, you say. This game automatically saves. Whenever you see this icon, please do not touch the power button or reset, sure. I think we need to unplug and plug back in the nunchuck because it thought that my control stick was depressed. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's better. Play. Base camp. Here you will learn the techniques and methods you need to know in order to survive in the wild. Navigate through the obstacle course, fight a snake, catch a fish, build a campfire and shelter, go skydiving, and helicopter extraction. I'm sure helicopter extraction is a necessary technique to survive in the wild. All those wildly occurring helicopters. It could be Caledon. We will see. How good is Bear Grylls' game?
Welcome to base camp. From here you'll be able to practice some of the techniques I often use. You're not going to learn everything here, but it'll be enough to get you started.
He's so quiet there compared to the music. Anyway, and it doesn't match the text box here. Blah blah, adventurer, born survivor. I need to make sure you know the basics. We'll do some prep work. Use your Wiimote and stuff. Camera. Move you. Guidebook. Interact. Pause. Rucksack. Sprint. I don't know why they're showing the Z button underneath the nunchuck rather than where it is. C and Z are there and there. But okay. And jump. Jump at least makes sense showing you behind because it's behind there. The first thing you need to know is the HUD, or heads-up display. It has hydration, energy, health, and adventure. Hydration is blue. It constantly drains. It drains faster if you sprint or in a warm area. Stay hydrated by drinking from your canteen. How could they have missed, like, cross-promoting with, like, stay hydrated by drinking your Gatorade, or any clean water sources you can find? If hydration runs out, you'll begin losing energy. As you lose energy, you'll slow down. It can be replenished by eating. If you do run out of energy, it will begin to affect your health. If the health meter runs out, Bear will be incapacitated. Only a good night's sleep will repair your health. And finally, collecting Spirits of Adventure gives you points towards increasing your rank. The adventure meter keeps track of how close you are to the next rank. Okay, the glowy things are the Spirits of Adventure. Remember to reach the minimum amount of adventure before continuing. Well, I've collected another Spirit of Adventure. Whee! Here we go, climbing. Got a singlet on, Cal.
Stay sharp. Definitely don't want to...
Oh god. It's one of those games, please no. Zipline. No motion controls? Yes. The game had tricked me into thinking we used the nunchuck for
These
everything.
guys are highly venomous.
There are 4 action instances in combat. A standing dodge. Press the appropriate button combination before the animal attacks. During a fallen dodge, rapidly press the appropriate button. When you have the opportunity to attack, press the appropriate button as it aligns with the designated areas. Okay, so it's got press once, button mash, DDR. The final action instance gives you the choice to either release or finish off the animal. Well, surely we take the Steve Irwin approach. I wasn't expecting B. We haven't had B yet. And now we have A. It's so rude that they put the button mash one immediately into the one that you fail by continuing to button mash. That's just a horrible design choice. And the DDR timing is extremely tight. There we go. Release the snake.
I need water.
Looks like the snake is a Wellington. I need to drink. Okay, we open up our backpack and we have a water. Press SPLA to open your rucksack. From here you can open your canteen. Some items in your rucksack can be combined to create tools. Items collected for construction challenges do not appear in the rucksack.
I can combine some of these things that I've collected and make even better.
Okay, I'll do what you want, game, but somehow I don't think bird head combines with canteen. Is that something that we could pick up? Ah, we can fill up our canteen again. But only at very specific points in the river. Not the whole river, only very specific points of the river. I can't move on. I failed to find the thing that it wants me to find. What do you want me to find, game? This stick? Okay, this glowy stick. And now we combine bird head and stick. Hey, Decoy. Inspect. We've made a spear. This handmade spear is sharp and would work great for fishing. Once you start fishing, the controls will appear on the right-hand side. Catch a fish. Do I, like, run up to the fish? Ah, it's a pointing minigame? No, it's not. You use the thumbstick. Oh my god, they're quick. Okay, there we go. Your greatest enemy is the wild. At every turn, it will be attacking your health in some way. Be on the lookout for these conditions: exertion, hot, cold, sick, wet, warmth. Your key objectives and stats for each location can be found in the survival guide. It has 5 sections that help you through the game. They're goals, badges, it's Pokemon, skill, records, animal sightings, it has badges and a Pokedex. Press up to open it. Says Z is next page, but Z is doing shit all. Would you like to start the Build a Fire challenge? Making a fire is a critical survival skill. It provides heat and light. As a tool, it can be used to cook, light up dark areas, keep warm in cold weather, and hold nocturnal predators at bay. The less you move, the better for fishing. Tells us about spearfishing. It's an ancient technique. Hand drill. With the spindle between them, rub your hands quickly, applying downward pressure. As your hands move towards the base, where the drill is pinched, the friction will create an ember. Making fire, is it? No, we already had that bit. Flint and knife, the easiest way to get a fire going. To create sparks, hold the flint close to some kindling and strike your knife against it. Careful, blowing will feed oxygen to the ember, heating it up and helping to start a fire. Snare trap. Snares are simple to build in the wild, even with limited tools, and can be set in large numbers along animal runs or trails. A snare trap catches around the neck or body and tightens when the animal attempts to escape. Grappling hook. It's an anchor with multiple hooks attached to a rope. They're used to climb steep cliffs or walls. Bow drill. It's a better way of presumably starting a fire. Mud oven. One sec. Bless me. Debris shelter. 4-point fire. As the wood at the center burns, the outer logs can be pushed towards the center, maintaining the fire. Bog can become dangerous. The more you struggle, the more you will sink. Luftkissenboot. Kind of. An airboat is a flat-bottomed vessel propelled by a large propeller. They're common throughout wetlands of the US. If you must sleep in a swamp, stay above water, in a safe, dry area. Palm frond bend. Sandstorm. They're common in the arid regions, such as the Sahara. Knife signal. If you have a good knife, you can signal a helicopter. Camel shelter. The Berbers will carve out the carcass of a camel and sleep inside during a sandstorm. It isn't an ideal shelter, but it's better than being out in the open. Bloody tauntauns. And quicksand. Same as bog. Sure.
Fire is useful in so many ways. It'll keep you warm, help keep animals away at night, and work as a great way
Hail,
to cook
Lapana.
a tasty dinner. One of the most important things when you're in the wild is to make sure you've got a good shelter for the night. A good shelter keeps you protected from both the elements and the animals.
Okay, I've got too many sticks now. I need pine needles.
Excellent. We've got everything we need to start a fire. We go back to where we started and build it there.
Show instructions. Put the sticks together in a pile over the stones with the kindling underneath. Use the controls without further direction. Is this actually a pointing one? No, it's not. It's just a tilt one. Oh no, it... Holy... Holy moly. Okay.
So thirsty.
We're thirsty again? Okay. You had a funny moment? Drink, 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 drink. Drink, drink. I guess we go back to the river and refill our water? Okay. Now, how do we start the fire? Knife and flint. Oh, we don't know hand drill or bone drill yet.
Make this game all too easy. Instead, we'll have to use some of the well-tested methods that I've learned over the years. If you follow these instructions, you'll have a toasty fire going.
He breaks the fourth wall. If we just used a firelighter, it would make the game far too easy. I don't know what you want. Ah! Okay, it's another tilt.
Good job. Best part of getting a fire going when you're lost and alone is it'll give you a much-needed boost.
You sliced yourself?
Will increase your energy levels, as long as you don't burn it, that is. And if you cook something for too long, it will lose nutrients.
Open the rucksack to get your
food poisoning,
raw fish.
dehydration, and then a lack of energy. So watch the colour of what you're cooking. If it gets too dark, you're burning it. If it's too pink, it isn't cooked enough. Keep turning that spit at an even speed for the best results.
Disgusting? Well, you didn't give me like a, here's the color I meant to get. Oh well. We have some disgusting, not quite properly cooked fish. Pingu is not impressed. Select 2 skills from the list below. Improve health, and well, we seem to constantly need drink, so we're going to do drink. Level up drink mana. Bad play indeed. Oh, we get to do 2, not just 1. Then energy. New bonus video unlocked. Build a shelter. To create a debris shelter, collect 1 long branch and many smaller branches. Place the long branch against a stump and use the smaller ones as walls. Cover it with leaves to keep the wind out. Okay, how do we actually... I don't want to open the book. I want to do the build a shelter. No, I am not aware of Mike and Ike. Beyond Ike Eisenhower and Ike from Fire Emblem. Okay, I need to find Big Log. And moss. Okay. Now we can build the thing? Oh god, it's another tilt test puzzle. Okay.
Everything picked up to build the shelter has a specific use. If you put them all together properly, you'll have yourself a comfy bed for the night.
Okay. Tilt tests passed. Put the moss on the sides, while also adding the pine needle bedding. It looks like a spider nest.
Something as simple as
It's not
bed.
big enough for a spider nest decoy. Come on. Sleep? Okay, sleeping success. We could have fit 5 spirits of adventure in there. I do like that the spirits of adventure are basically like waypoint markers for where you should go.
It's always good to be on the lookout for things to eat and clean water to drink. And remember, dead logs.
It's always good to be on the lookout for things to eat. Millipedes. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, we weren't meant to catch the red one. The red one was a bad millipede. And so I've poisoned myself. Okay, well, live and learn. Can we use the outhouse? No. Can we go into the aeroplane? Well, after all, helicopter extraction was a necessary skill for surviving the wild, Decoy. All those wildly occurring helicopters. Oh wow, we're going full Sonic. Standing on the outside of the plane. Okay. Tricks. Welcome to the Skydive Challenge. Here you will need to learn the various aerial tricks needed to add to your adventure. Earn bonus SP? Weren't they adventure points? But whatever, by combining moves. The more moves that you chain, the more SP you earn. This hasn't seemed terribly bogan so far, Cal. Watch for the moves, and then pull your tricks in that order. Create as many combos as possible before it's too late. You will need to pull the ripcord in time, or I could break my back again. Do I need to memorize these? If I need to memorize these, that's not happening. Ah, it's a memory challenge. ACB. But I did do A, up and Z. A then Z. 1 and 2. Oh, no, not minus. 1 and 2. Congratulations, you made it back to base camp. Scale the rock face to be extracted for your next mission. What about all the spirits of adventure that we've missed? You sure that's the average? No, the average commute to work's on the back of our kangaroo cow. Very few have private airplanes. They're a luxury. Which rock face do I climb, though? Do the roos also skydive? No. They just punch your face. This one? Which rock face do you want me to climb, game? So this is where a mini-map or some sort of like quest marker would be helpful. A vague, even just a compass with like a, here's the vague direction you need to go. And a compass would be very fitting and thematic for this. Or maybe a compass is too high-tech a tool and we're not allowed it, just like we're not allowed a torch and a firelighter.
I need water.
Okay, drink. Can we refill with lake water, or is this seawater? No, this is not seawater. Good. But I don't know what it wants in terms of... Maybe we need... No, we did the millipedes before. We'll just have to drink lake water and eat millipedes forever? Maybe, Decoy. And sleep in our spider, according to Decoy, our spider hole. Ah, there we go. Ah, it's like Zelda. I should have known we're only allowed to climb up the bit that has the obvious green climby ivy. Yeah. Exactly, Decoy, very Zelda. How could I have not realized? It's a very thin helicopter. Furthest distance swam 0 feet. I did eat bugs, though. We ate the millipede. It poisoned me. Maybe it counted as biting me?
I'm Bear Grylls. I've served with the British Special Forces, climbed to the summit of every...
Okay, base camp complete. Onwards to the Rocky Mountains. How many levels are there? 3, 4, 5, 6. No, there's only 6. We might even actually get to complete the whole game at that rate.
I'm flying at 10,000 feet above the Rockies, somewhere near the Canadian border. Millions of people visit here.
It's so
every year,
quiet.
And every year, almost 2,000 don't return alive.
Holy.
At the moment, the pilot will tell me to jump.
Really?
Have a map, no spare clothing, no water.
2,000 people get lost and die in the Rocky Mountains every year?
Use all my skills to get out alive. When I jump, I'll need to try
And people worry about the sharks here.
If I choose the wrong spot, I could end up stuck
Like,
in
we have
the
one shark death every couple of years and people freak out. But 2,000 people getting lost and dying in the mountains... No one bats an eye. The Rockies are a very large mountain range. Explore this mountain range in North America. Survive the hostile rocky environment and make it to the extraction point. Get your bearings. Camp the night in the Rockies. Get to the river. Locate animals of interest. Locate rare plants. They died to eating too many millipedes.
right time. Too soon. It's going to be hard to stay centered over the landing area. Too late. I could break my back again.
I don't know why he's obsessed about bringing up breaking his back. But I did up and Z. Okay, and then time to do our... Yeah, but like, Cal, it's a big deal when someone... Here, at least, it's a big deal when someone gets lost out in the wilds.
My plan is simple. Get my bearings, look for a river.
We hear about it maybe,
Good one when you're lost in the wild.
I don't know,
Find a stream or a river, and hunt
maybe a dozen times a year?
the road.
At most?
But that's easier said than done.
Okay, you want me to go this way? Time to get some more millipedes. Okay. You didn't know they made a game with this idiot? But there's a spirit of adventure there. Oh well, I'm not allowed that spirit of adventure apparently. He just says, no, please go this way. Why can't I climb up the... Up. Up. Okay, we need to go across maybe? But didn't we just come from up here? Not having a basic, here is your next direction you need to go thing was a terrible, terrible choice. Okay, maybe I missed something on the thing that we were climbing. But there is nothing else. Now, if I try to go there, it kills me. Like, well, I fall down. You can't wait for Bear Grylls racing. Probably be better than this. I can't seem to go anywhere. He might have said something. The audio balancing is horrible, Vummer. Sometimes he talks at a normal volume, and then like 3/4 of the voice lines are 1/10 of the the soaring, majestic music that they make most of the sound.
I need water.
There's a river here. I would gladly use the river to get water game. Is this how people die in the Rockies? They are unable to proceed and turn around to point at the mountains. But there's nothing else there, game. Some British adventure man. Yeah, there's no further up there. Maybe there's somewhere else that we can climb up. No, I must go this way. Yeah, the only thing we seem to be able to do is climb up that one little bit of rock, and then there's nothing there. That's just gonna ask me to climb back down, right? Yeah. At least the game is polite enough to take away my hunger and water and sleepometers while it has me stuck here, so that I'm not dying while it fails to indicate properly where it wants me to go. The only thing I can imagine is that I was meant to grab my parachute rope at the start, and we've hard locked ourselves by not grabbing it at the very start of the level. So let's restart.
Gotta make sure I pull my chute at the right time.
This gives us another chance to do some more air tricks.
Too late. I break my back again.
Down A, B, C. Damn it, that was Z, not C. My bad. Up Z. And time to pull our parachute. He loves talking about his broken back, he does.
This is always a danger when jumping into the unknown. I've got to somehow figure out a way to get out of here.
Climby, 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 climby. Come on, hurry up. Yeah. I was presumably supposed to have grabbed that rope like that at the end, and I didn't. I just walked away, presumably last time.
My plan is simple. Get my bearings and look for a river. There's an old rule. While find a stream or a river and hunt for a track. That's going to lead you to a road and safety. That's easy said than done.
Oh, delicious worms. Oh, yay. come on. There we go. Somehow I don't think that will have made it through the sensors, Goka.
Bighorn sheep are named after their large horns that can weigh up to 30 pounds. While it is the male of the species that have the large horns, females also have horns, but they're short with only a slight curvature.
Okay, some delicious millipedes. Probably makes sense to drink and refill our water. Not a snack. Please, not another snake QTE battle.
We've got a rattlesnake, one of the Rockies' deadliest creatures.
Oh, and we've soft locked. In fact, I cannot control anything, and now we're very slowly descending.
To watch your handholds, don't want to pull from up here.
No? That felt like I was supposed to go there. Maybe I was meant to go forwards? Screw you, camera. Like, as if I don't climb forwards here, but there's nowhere else to go. No. This is the one that we were just on. There's something there, but you can't get there. Okay, what if we try this other side? Yes, success. I already have enough millipedes. Not a sentence I'd ever thought I'd say. There's an invisible wall here.
Man, I'm so thirsty.
Oh, fine. Stop whinging. He's a millionaire. He has many a millipede. Oh no, not snake QTE fight. Then we release the snake. Level up. Improved nutrition, improved physical resistance. No, you've hit an invisible wall. Please go the other way. That really does seem like the only way up at the moment, but it doesn't go anywhere. All it leads to you is you jumping back down. Yet there was clearly a spirit of adventure at the base, indicating we should use it. We can't go to the right. But I can't go towards the spirit of adventure that I can clearly see over there. I need to go this way. There isn't a jump, but there is a run, which can somewhat get us over small gaps. Oh no, there is a jump, okay. But the camera doesn't really help you actually see the jumps you need to make. Hail insert. Yeah, I saw you as well. Well played. Jump. 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 Not allowed. Yeah, no, they definitely should have taught the jumping explicitly and tested that you know how to jump in the tutorial level. Like, that is...
I'm so thirsty.
That is game 101. The first things that you teach your player are move camera, and jump. And interact with object. About millipedes and snakes? I'm allowed to climb that? No, it's asking me to go back. I can't see! How am I meant to know if I'm meant to jump that way if I can't see? I am presuming they want the camera to move. Yes, I'm presuming they're better than Dino Crisis. A bar that almost every single game meets. Almost. Hey, El Double Danger, Dad. Welcome, Dad. Welcome, Raiders. I need to drink more, and we've only got 10% drink left.
Man, I'm so thirsty.
I already have enough millipedes. That just murdered us, but I want to go down and get the water game. I need the water. There's a bucket. Gold Rush trash. No, I couldn't possibly go towards the water when I'm dehydrating to death. Let's beat the snake, at least it gives us experience. Really? I thought I did that. Apparently not. Slightly too slow. That one I'll pay. Okay, and then we release the snake. I'm dying. Maybe I jump to the other side of the river? No, you must go this way. We just released our only non-millipede food.
In a survival situation, it's important to eat whenever you can, little and often.
Oh joy. Mmm, delicious millipedes. Ooh, new mechanic. Button mash? Why not drink the millipede? Well, if I don't eat all of the millipedes, Cal, I won't be able to refill on the next log, right? That was my theory. Where am I supposed to go to from here? There? Up. Oh, it was decoy? Yes, sorry. See? No, that was apparently let go. See, now my eating all my millipedes is rewarded.
To eat whenever you can, little and often.
The conservative eat all our millipedes play pays off. I don't know where you want me to go from now, though. And I can't see anything! I can't see anything, game! Okay, over there. Ooh, a spade. Oh my god. Oh, I hate you so much, camera! We better eat again before it starts murdering us. Be careful not to fall off too many cliffs or we'll break our back again. I'm increasingly tempted to break not just his back, but every bone in his body.
It's important to eat whenever you can, little and often.
Had to get more millipedes. Small mercies. Day 500. The millipedes continue to stream forth from the tree. It's the only thing keeping me alive. I'd really love to see which way I need to jump here, camera. Please. Please, camera. Okay, blind jump. Made it. The blank stare as he shoves handfuls of millipedes into his mouth.
Hydration is important to eat whenever you can, little and often.
Come on, I'm clearly meant to go... Thank you. Up there. No, no, no. I need the spirit of adventure. More delicious millipedes. Wait, can I immediately get more? No. Fight the snake because it's worth experience. And then we release the snake.
In a survival situation, it's important to eat whenever you can. Little and often.
I don't have any more millipedes to give you, friend. I can't feed you. There are no more millipedes. Where does it want me to go? Here? There's a spirit adventure.
The view is beautiful, but I've got to stay focused. Every minute matters, especially when the sun's getting ready to set.
New goal, Rocky Mountain survival. I need to make a fire, question mark? I need to something the scree hill. What do you want me to do, game? Because it's increasingly tempting to just leap off this mountain and declare this done. What an interesting patch of ground. We have footstep noises, and the snake makes snake noises. It isn't zero. I get art millipede. Oh joy. I need to find the scree hill. What is a scree? No, I'm actually... What is a scree? Because to me, scree is the noise that a bird makes. A mass of loose stones that forms a cover on a mountain. What an interesting patch of mountainside. Let's focus the camera on it so the player can observe this perfect texture. Hey, lad man. No. You've lost me, game. Can I jump off the cliff now? Can we end our suffering?
Whoa, it's much faster than going up. This is a losing battle. Be sure to eat and hydrate every chance you get here in the Rockies.
Yeah, well, if I had...
Stop might be your last.
I don't have any water, because you wouldn't get water from the bloody waterfall. Wild is winning. The camera and failure to indicate where we're supposed to go is winning, Adman. That and it not tutorializing jump properly, or at least checking that the player knows there is a jump.
During the daylight now, it's around 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Later tonight, it's dropped below zero.
Millipede. We sure are eating them, Adman. I don't know if they're edible, but we are eating them.
In a survival situation, it's important to eat whenever you can, little and often.
I can't interact with this, but it's clearly got an interact with me point. The red ones are poisonous and they make you vomit afterwards. I need to make a grappling hook from stone shards and really? But I don't have stone shards. And you won't let me interact with the stone that was the clear stone thing. We're dying of not having eaten enough millipedes again. should climb the tree using my grappling hook. Well, I don't have a grappling hook. No, normally it's just you walk up to these things that have a symbol, Adman, and there's an interact. I was meant to realize that this rock was the rock that I need to take. And now I can use rock on other rock to get small rock, and then small rock plus rope becomes Batman. Oh my god. Which is the climbable tree? That one. No, that's the millipede log. This one. This tree is the only one. Then we aren't even using the grappling hook. We need a grappling hook for this. Proceeds to not use grappling hook. I hate it so much. Okay, now we use the grappling hook. Swing the Wiimote left and right whilst holding A. Release A to throw. Miss. Yep. Try again.
In a survival situation, it's important to eat whenever you can, little and often.
How did he know that the tree was there? Who knows? The spirit of adventure. We get to have some worms, some variety in our food. Some delicious worms. He's memorized the location of every tree on Earth. I can't move on till I finish this area. You snap a tree in half and it counts as a trap. For some reason. You like that they give us a water system and then fence off literally all the water? I do not. I hate that they have done this.
That beehive will have honey. There's one thing we bears love, it's honey. The one thing we don't love is bee sting. I need to find a way to smoke out these bees. I can get some of this honey. In a survival situation, it's important to eat whenever you can, little and often.
Kindling and stone? Kindling and rope?
I need to get warm and soon.
Okay, make a fire. Why won't you actually interact with the fire? Presumably because I haven't collected enough tiny sticks and pine needles. I couldn't possibly head towards the water while I dehydrate to death. No, go back. Please. No, he says you're not allowed to go to the water. The heck? Why won't it go down now? This used to be a... Okay, it's just being overly picky about how much counts as tilting.
I need to get warm and soon.
That actually... Oh. Death? You are incapacitated. We're building a trap, Adman. We're propping up a rock so that when an animal moves the little twig, the rock smushes them. It's given me a tiny amount of starting water.
I need to get warm and soon.
cannot move on towards the water because I haven't finished this area.
I need to get warm, and soon.
I guess it's time to find out if we can cook the millipedes.
I need to get warm, and soon.
No. Hey. No, it doesn't seem like we can cook the millipedes.
In a survival situation, it's important to eat whenever you can.
Okay, build shelter. A large log, we need 2 moss and 2 pine needles.
I need to get warm, and soon.
Now I'm allowed. Why can't you pick up the sticks before you...
Moss like this for the roof is going to protect me from the wind and the rain. With temperatures approaching near freezing at night, inside the shelter it can be as much as 10 degrees warmer.
I need a large log and I need some pine needles again. There's the big log.
Masses and masses of pine needles as ground bedding. And the reason this is so important is that you lose the majority of your heat through the ground. But with enough of this, it will hold the heat and insulate me. I need to get warm, and soon.
I need 1 more moss, 1 more pine needle. The bees were protecting some pine needles, but I have no idea where the other moss is.
I need to get warm, and soon.
Oh my god, am I allowed to go down to the water? No, I'm still not allowed to go to the water. And I have no food. Time for some more millipedes. Didn't you pick that one up?
Get warm, and soon.
Gosh, this game is annoying. You tell me, Hadman.
It's important to eat whenever you can, little and often.
Okay. How is that not moss? Clearly that's a mossy stuff. Good. We can make our sleeping spot.
I need to get warm, and soon.
Sleep. Give me back my health game. And I even pressed Z. Nah, it didn't even make a save for sleeping. So I have to make the bed again.
I need to get warm and
I
soon.
need you to shut up and soon. Hype train. Hype train. Cheers, people. Okay, big stick. Check. The bees protected pine needles.
Pine needles as ground bedding. And the reason this is so important is
Warm
to
up
reduce the
again.
majority of your heat through the ground.
Moss number 1. All aboard the millipede train.
Moss like this to the roof is going to
Rock
protect you
1.
from
We
wind
need
and
1
rain.
more moss. We need 1 more pine needle.
Night, inside the shelter can be as much as 10 degrees warmer. In a survival situation, it's
Go back
important
to the
eat as much
fire.
as you can, little
Grab
and
the
often.
moss.
I need to get warm and soon.
I still need 1 more set of pine needles. But these don't count. Which is stupid.
I need to get warm and soon.
Why are you hyping over this? At least wait for Sonic Racing afterwards. It throws away the idea of that a game has to be fun. Oh.
I need to get warm and
Sleep.
soon.
Okay, and get ready for QTE bear fight. Oh, it needed to be down and B, not just B. Okay. They've never had the fighting with the animals need a direction thing before, so all I did was look at the, like, which of the button, the number, letter buttons you needed to press, and I didn't... Yeah, okay. So now we know that.
Warm and soon.
David Cage should have taught us to be ready for a QTE at any moment. Generic bear or web. David Beckham would have been ashamed to have his name on this. In fairness, Vommer, this is probably getting more true to, like, its selloutiness than David Beckham game. Right? David Beckham game only really uses him for the cover, whereas this is using the guy's voice pretty much continuously. But David Beckham Go-Go Adventure on Soccer Island is a thing, Vommer. It's pretty good. It's like a Yoshi Island game. But with a little kickball. You found a meme for me? If there's a mod, give Goku a permit, otherwise let me... I will do so. Yeah. Permit. Goku W Gin. There you go, mate. Let's have a look. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. Left and button. Okay.
Get warm and soon.
Get warm again. Open the rucksack to cook the raw meat. Why do I suddenly have salmon? Why? The game's taken pity and given us salmon? Disgusting. Well, you didn't teach us how much we're meant to do it, game. It's so infuriating. Supposedly what is the correct amount is just supposed to be intuitive. We need big stick. We need the pine needles that the bees are protecting.
I need to get warm and soon.
No, but they tried to tutorialize it, Goka, and they didn't say what the goal was, right? It was in the tutorial level how to cook, but the tutorial doesn't check that you did it right. We did it wrong in the tutorial, and it just lets you proceed. He does a backwards handspring, as if... I don't believe it. And again... Yeah, sleeping semi-heals you. I don't know why it replenished our water. I guess the game took pity on us for dying so many times. The bear is still here. Wait, there was an investigate? What does investigate? What does investigate do? There's bear prints here, but I cannot investigate them now. There we go. Dynamite sticks. I mean, how did the bear get out on this tiny pillar in the middle of the lake? Is the bear also somersaulting across? For God's sake, let me fill up my water. No! Let me fill up my water, game! Wrong one. Release the snake. Drink water. Refill water. The actual bear has better you would hope so. It lives out here, Hi-Fi. Hasn't been spoilt by thousands of years of civilization. More bees that we don't know how to defeat. Some delicious worms. I can't fit any more worms in my rucksack. Is the puma going to attack us? That was down and B. Game. Okay, that was down and C, so that was my bad. I did Z instead of C. Level up. Health. Water. The cat has to have a concussion. Find the exact right height to prop up the stone. I need 2 pine needles, 1 moss, many sticks. Pine needle. Moss. Pine needle, stick. We've moved 40 feet. Why do we need another shelter? Destroy rock to get pine needles? That makes no sense. I need 1 more tiny stick. Phase 2. No, but I want to go in the water game. I need more water. And then it cuts us off from our newly made bed. I hate you so much, game. And then I can't fill up my water whilst in the water. Why? Why? Because it's not empty? Okay. Not the bees again. I can combine kindling and a torch to make a something. Well, I don't have kindling or a torch, so... Dynamite the bees? Yeah, but I don't have a torch. I don't know what you want, game. I can't fit more into my rucksack. This looks like something. A mining cart. No, I need to go not this way. Well, that's the way I came. And there's only the bees.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. Getting stung is not pleasant.
Time for the...
I need to hook this on that branch down there in order to zip line down.
Wait, I did release a game. Nah, not good enough. God, whoever thought this should move half as much as it did is an idiot. Nah. I would say that clearly was going over the branch, but no. Also no.
Let's give it another go.
Oh, come on.
Let's give it another go. Let's give it another go.
Okay, we finally found the right amount of lag to allow for. The thing is, we're not picking up our rope again, right? So why do we still count as having ropes? Done that twice. Oh, another bear. No.
Oh, not him again. This grizzly must have a thing for me. Yep, here he comes.
Nah, wrong one. That's on me. You must get 100% of those correct or die.
Oh, not him again. This grizzly must have a thing for me. Yep, here he comes.
Some delicious worms. Have I eaten all my old worms? Let's eat all our old worms before we grab some new worms. Yeah, hunger doesn't seem to be... No, hunger goes down after your water goes down, Decoy. The hunger and water meters are basically 1 meter. I have to get stuck on these logs. Because the camera is arse. Okay, I was meant to crawl under the other side of the hill thing. What a... No. New and fantastic source of worms, sure. What's the point of making all these traps when that doesn't do anything? We've never had any of these traps do anything. We just make some traps and then move on. They're for New Game Plus. Oh, Lord. But we don't go back, bats and cats. We only ever proceed forwards. Mountain climbing by hand whilst it's raining seems exceptionally dangerous. But it's apparently what we were doing. Time for some delicious millipedes. We beat up the puma. We did beat up the puma. And then release it back into the wild. We're creating a massive selection bias. In the future, all the millipedes will be poisonous ones.
I need to climb to the top of this mountain and locate a river, which should lead me down to safety.
God, not another puma.
I hear water rushing. You must be getting close to a river.
No, I don't want to fight more pumas. And why does the puma make sad dog noises when you successfully land on it? Oh my god, stick? Can we finally make stick plus thing to cure bees? Yes. Mwah! Honeycomb. They only had the generic sound library, hence the same bear underscore roar as from Inkata 95 / what was that game I had? Dangerous Creatures. Microsoft Dangerous Creatures for Windows 95. Which I really liked as a kid. It was more edutainment than pure game.
Oh no, this fella's not giving up.
Not again.
Now's not a good time to dilly-dally. I need to get down to that river and fast.
But I have a fire.
Oh my god, we've got to move.
No, we haven't played Dangerous Hunts. We haven't played any of the buck shooting games for the Wii. And there are a lot of them. There are a huge... Oh god. There are a huge number of buck shooting games for the Wii. Oh, I was thinking we used the rocks to slow down, but we're meant to not hit the rocks.
Oh no, this fella's not giving up. Now's not a good time to dilly-dally. I need to get down to that river and fast. Oh my god, we've got to move. Wow! Doubt that grizzly's going to be following me on that one. Better get out of the river, warm up a bit, and find some food.
I am button mashing A.
Doubt that grizzly's going to be following me.
But I did button mash A.
Out of the river, warm up a bit, and find some food.
You can see me button mashing A.
Doubt that grizzly's going to be following me on that one. Better get out of the river, warm up a bit, and find some food.
Now it detects that I'm button mashing A. No, it didn't want a direction. It just... Third time it decides the button is acceptable.
It's important to eat whenever you can.
Yeah. Drink our water. Drink our water, refill our water. Can I not? Refill our water? Thank you. But I did nothing different the third time to the first two, bats and cats. Let's eat the worms first. Then the millipedes. Alright. A delicious mixed meal. I should finish my current goal before opening the cooler. The esky. It's an esky. Cooler, my ass. Would you like to start the construction challenge? We need 2 mud, 2 goose leaves, 1 bark. Mud. Mud. Goose leaves, goose leaves. Birch bark? Big tree bark. I don't know where the bark is. You think we already found the bark? Okay, maybe I already found the bark. Seriously? There we go. Millipede mud pie. Now can I open the... No, still not allowed. Mud oven. Huh? Oh, mud oven is different from fire. Okay. And now I have to start collecting the mud again. And we do not, in fact, have the bark. We still need a bark and we still need a mud. Mud should be by the water. If the world is going to be even a slightly sensible place. But apparently not. Look at all the cool collectibles like rare flowers. They get added to your Pokédex. Except it won't actually let me go to the next page. Even though we were told there are more pages in this. We're supposed to be able to go... One of these pages is supposed to be the Pokédex. Still need mud, still need bark. Got ya! Yes, we have a fishing food. Okay, let's try really, really undercooking the fish this time. And can we cook the honey? No, it eats the honey. It's... It didn't give us the cooking minigame. What happened to the cooking minigame? You think the cooler opens now that we've done the fishing? Yes, you are correct. Why did we just leap into the river suddenly? Why? Sellout Sunday is the mountain climbing, Welly. This is Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls. Can't you see? We're on a mountain. The efficiency, yes. Am I meant to do something? Okay, it didn't tell me what the controls are, but I'm meant to be left thumbsticking. Yeah, and we're dying of thirst in the river. Would you like to take the quiz for bonus points? Alright. They say there are only 2 seasons in the Rockies. What are they? Winter and fall. Wrong. What is the name of the highest... It didn't even tell us what the correct answer is. What is the name of the highest mountain peak in the Rockies? I have no idea. Mount Massive sounds very American. Also wrong. How quickly can a rattlesnake venom kill? Really? 10 seconds. We'll go with 10. Also wrong. When preparing for winter, how much weight does a bear usually gain? 500 pounds. Feeling lucky? Would you like to answer one more question for double or nothing? Survival points if you get it right. 0 if you get it wrong. What a meaningful decision. Sure, double or nothing, my nothing. How far away can a grizzly smell something? 30 miles. You've received 0 points. Mission complete.
I'm Bear Grylls. I've served with the British Special Forces.
Oh my god, there are 3 more of these? Okay, so this is a lot longer than I thought. I thought that was Rocky Mountains completed, and that we would be moving on to the Everglades, but it's actually... No. 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 Absolutely not. I am If that had have been the whole Rocky Mountains, I might have been okay for finishing this game. But yeah, no, not like that. Especially because when I looked it up, supposedly this was only, I think, 7 hours long. Not Yogi Bear. Yeah, this was supposed to only be 4 hours, according to How Long to Beat. I call immense amount of BS. Are those medals for doing objective? Well, then it didn't tell me more objectives to do or something. Even so, it's been 2 hours to only do one of the 5 other bonus levels. So, no. No, I think the How Long to Beat people just... This is a typical case of this is a game with so few respondents. It probably only has like 2 respondents or something. That these are people who do nothing but play this game. Like, the only speedrunner for this game is the one person that has entered the How Long to Beat time. You can tell that this game is popular by the fact that it doesn't even have a Twitch icon, right? Go look at the stream category. It's so unliked that it doesn't have a Twitch icon. Okay. Let's go grade this horror. Because I am not doing 4 times 5 more of this. We have 100% of the game's viewers. You're amazed. Some games even have a Twitch. I haven't... It's been really rare that we've encountered playing a game without a category, Goka. We've added one ourselves. We added Lone Wolf when we were doing the Lone Wolf Wednesdays. But anyway, let's get on to our... And it's actually really surprisingly hard to add a game to the Twitch categories. You've got to go to the games database thingy, try and create one, and then they slap you down and say, there's no evidence that this is a game. And I'm like, well, I can't stream the game as a category until you add it, and they say that you can't add it until there's video evidence of the game, so it's a bit of a chicken and egg issue. But anyway, we want game rating. GameCube. Yeah, game rating. Here we go. We are not rating Nacho Libre, which at least had an interesting art style, if almost nothing else. We are doing... Man vs. Wild, Bear Grylls. Okay. Yeah, that's what we did, Goka. We played it as a game and demo, and then I pointed to that Twitch stream as, here, this is the game, and then they said yes, and then we could make it as an actual thing. Blobber, there are only any percent run on the leaderboards. If I do all the levels, I can be first. Is this true? Man versus Wild. Bear Grylls. Speedrun. .com. No, I don't see it. Sorry. What if we go speedrun.com and then Man versus Wild. Bear. No, it's not a thing. It doesn't even have a category. Bear Grylls? There is a Yogi Bear one, though. Okay. Now. Man versus Wild with You've dropped it in the Discord? I didn't see it there, and we were literally just searching. I could be third. 1 hour. 1 hour to do this. I might have to go watch that after this. That's unbelievable. One hour? Anyway, yeah, with Bear Grylls. Maybe it plays more reasonably on the non-Wii consoles. This is number 17? No, this is 18. Having come off the back of Barney Hide and Seek. Copy. Paste. Is it fun? No. You can have a, like, 1 for fun. Is it true to source? I don't know enough about Bear Grylls, but it seemed to be using his voice. Presumably he is action TV show man, and this did seem very forcing the action on you rather than... Like, the amount of times that we encountered pumas and the same grizzly bear versus doing boring digging up things and breaking logs. So I'm willing to give it like a 4 for true to source, unless someone in chat is a guru of Bear Grylls and is willing to overrule me. Is it interesting? It is actually somewhat interesting. But is it doing new and original things? I have a hard time... Like, QTEs aren't new. The, essentially, festival, like, carnival duck shooter for the millipedes and the worms isn't new. The lasso throw your thing isn't really new. The climbing is not new. I don't know that there's really anything new here. New and interesting. Like, this interesting is it doing things that you don't really see the genre do before, or filling a space that hasn't been done before. I can't think of a survival crafter game that's earlier than this. And it did do some edutainment, like Vummer's pointing out, which is a bit interesting. And it had the quizzes at the end. Well, quizzes aren't new, but I'll be generous and give it a 2. Probably deserves a 1. The graphics? Yeah, but there are no correct answers for the quiz, apparently. There's an extremely ancient survival game, Welly, but it's exceedingly hard and needs you to essentially memorize a first aid manual. And I mean literally, like, memorize here's how you do splints, here's the medical procedure for doing blah. Like, one of the earliest ones was stupidly... Anyway, how did the graphics look? The textures on the ground were a bit crappy, especially when, Especially when the camera's like, stare at this one bit of the wall. The animals looked kind of alright. Willing to give it a 2. It's not the most hideous Wii game, but neither is it one of the better Wii games for graphics. It's no Yogi Bear. Music? Take a star off for not being able to look at the graphics? It's not really what it means. Music? I actually kind of like the music, honestly. I'm willing to give the music a 3-star. The music was sort of soaring and exploratory and felt vaguely appropriate. The sounds, we will agree with Vummer that they were very generic and very few. It can have 1 star for sounds. The controls? No Easter egg shots of the TV crew? You can't believe you didn't make Star Wars Super Bomb. We have, look. Here's Star Wars Super Bombad. Oh, okay. That was... No, there was one between Barney and now. It is 19. Fair enough. So, controls. The controls... For a Wii game, it's actually fairly reasonable for its controls. The tilt tabling is a little bit soft and picky at times. It loses an extra point for having 0 camera controls. And it doesn't tutorialize everything properly at the start. You should work on your Wii game library. You should, Amel. You should stream them, then I can watch someone else play these fantastic Wii games. Is it intuitive? No. Why do we suddenly fall down a mountain river when we open an esky? Why do we set up all these traps that then literally do nothing? Why doesn't it tutorialize that you need to use jump to get to places? Or let you move the camera around? Why doesn't it tell you the correct answers for the quiz at the end so you can get them right next time? Or at least teach you once per time you do the quiz. There are just so many ways that this is so unintuitive. Where are you supposed to go next? I'm rubbing myself up against all the edges, and he just says, no, I need to go do something else. I'm willing to give this a 0 for intuitive. I am so angry at the game for not pointing us in the right direction or not letting us fill up our water bottle from the waterfall river that's right at our feet. Could the scale go negative? Is it rude to the player? It's rude in that it doesn't tell you where to go. The rest of it is actually fairly reasonable and fair. It's the giving you the correct directions for where to go and tutorializing you about run and jump properly. It's kind of rude to make you do so much millipede shooting gallery to eat constantly. Even if the mountain did have another name, you'd probably just call it Mount Massive. I know, I think that sounds a very American answer. Remember to eat little and often. Is it difficult? It's difficult to want to play, The difficulty in this is more working out where it wants you to go, and the controls that it hasn't tutorialized properly. Or sometimes at all. Yeah, I thought we would die a ton more. The amount of time that we were on the red flashy screen of doom is... blood is coming in from the edge of the screen, but I eat another millipede and that staves off death for a while. No, the main trouble is understanding where it wants you to go. Okay, notes. Somewhat ugly. Very, very unintuitive. The game doesn't indicate where it wants you to go most of the time. You're Bear Grylls, so in real life you're thinking the same thing as a bear. Okay music, but very few / generic sounds. Some nice educational content, but often poor tutorialization. So many QTEs. Frown. I think that's about it. Somewhat ugly, very, very unintuitive, doesn't indicate where it wants you to go most of the time, okay music, very few generic sounds, some nice educational content, often poor tutorialization, so many QTEs. We never found out what was in the cooler. Well, I feel like just opening the cooler, or like lifting up the cooler a little bit out of the riverside is what caused us to get kaflung into the river. Alright. And then, drum roll. Drrrr. What does this tabulate to? Is it worse than Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius? Yes! The scoring system works. We have our new low bar for gaming in the Sellout Sunday space. Man versus Wild with Bear Grylls, which also means that now both of the lowest for Sellout Sunday and Movie Monday are bear related. We have Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls and Yogi Bear for the Wii. And no, Welly, it has to be linked to an actual movie. Unless there is an actual movie of Heavy Rain that I'm not aware of, doesn't count. I have a clear anti-bear bias. Okay. Cheers, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Man vs. Wild with Bear Grylls. Keep your suggestions rolling. For those of you here live, there is a chat redeem. 1 point. Keep the suggestions rolling. Oh, and I needed to add in suggester. And this was suggested by Decoy. And for those of you watching on YouTube, leave a comment. But for now, peace.